So I'll just go over the question again. Question number 8 of exercise 13.2. This is the question that we had. A factory requires some machines to complete the work in 63 days. We want to get the work done in 54 days. So we want that the work should be done quicker. So what we are going to do is we will require more machines. We want to reduce the time, and to do so, what we would like to do is we would like to increase the number of machines. So there is opposite relation between the number of machines and the number of days it takes for the factory to finish the job or finish the work. So based on this, we are going to solve it. So we made a table. The table shows the values here. So we have the number of machines and the number of days taken to complete the work. And what I've done, I've taken the number of machines as X. So we have 42 machines finishing the work in 63 days. And you need to find out how many machines will be required to finish the work in 54 days. So we have inverse proportion. If you want, you can write down to finish the work in less number of days, more machines will be required. This is something you can write down for yourself. This is how we know that the relation is inverse. And then formula for inverse proportion. Just remember this difference. In direct proportion, you write the values in over form. In inverse proportion, you will be writing in product form. So you will have x1 multiplied with y1 equals to x2 multiplied with y2. So the product of the values in the first case. So you're going to multiply 42 and 63 on one side and these two on the other. So we have 42 multiplied by 63 equals to x2 multiplied by 54, and we want to find out x2. So you can simplify and find out the answer.
$49.
So dividing by 9 and then dividing by 6, x2 comes out to be 49. So 49 machines will be required. Shall we do the next question? I'll just wait for another minute and then we will do the next question. The next question that we have is question number 9. A car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour. How long will it take when the car travels at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour? So earlier the speed was 60 kilometers per hour and the time taken is 2 hours. So this is the time taken and this is the speed. In the second case, they are saying the speed is now 80 kilometers. The speed is increased. What will happen to the time taken?
The time will decrease.
The time will decrease. That means there is inverse proportion. So you're going to make the table and solve it. So you have two headings as time and speed. So you have time taken. You can write in any way. You can write the speed in the first row and you can write down the time in the second row. So I have just written time over here. You can interchange. It doesn't matter. The answer will be same. So time is in hours and the speed is in kilometers per hour. And in the first case, the time is 2 hours. At the speed of 60 kilometers per hour. In the second case, we don't know the time taken. And this is what we want to find out. And I'm just going to write these as x. If I take the time as x, this value will be the first value of x. This is x2. Taking the speed as y, 60 will be y1, 80 will be y2. This is inverse proportion. Therefore, x1, y1 will be equal to x2, y2. So use the values and solve. We have 2 multiplied by 60 equals to x2 multiplied by 80. From here, the value of x2 will be 2 multiplied by 60 over 80. This comes out to be in a fraction. So this is 3 by 2 hours. And if you want to explain how this is inverse proportion, you can write down speed is increased. Time will reduce or decrease.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, it is necessary to write that why it is in inverse proportion.
No, Pita, it's
Or
only
not?
for your understanding. It's only for your understanding. Later on, when you revise, if you have written this, it will be easier for you to understand why this is inverse proportion, why it is direct proportion. That's why I'm writing it. I'm writing this with every answer. In case later
Okay,
on you
ma'am.
have trouble, okay, yeah. In case you have trouble figuring out कि ये कैसे हुआ, how is it DP or IP? So if you have written the reason, you will be able to understand it, even if you are just doing it on your own.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, if we will not write an exam, then marks will be not cut, na?
No, beta. No, 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 not at all.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Robita. Robita, beta, you want to ask anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let's look at the next question. Question number 10. 2 persons could fit a new window in a house in 3 days. So now we have the number of people and the time taken to finish a task. There are 2 people, they are doing some work, and how much time they take? They take 3 days. Yes, Rudra? Where are you talking about the answer in the previous question?
Yes, ma'am.
Beta, no, it's fine. Just keep it in reduced form. It's not necessary to change it to mixed fractions. Just try to reduce it as much as possible, yes. So we have the number of people. On one side, there is number of people. who are doing a job and the time they are taking. So what will happen if we reduce the number of persons? अगर हम कम लोग हायर करते हैं तो ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा, और अगर हम ज्यादा लोग हायर करते हैं तो कम टाइम लगेगा. This is inverse proportion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's look at the
Yes,
part
ma'am.
given to us. Yes, in the first part they are saying one of the persons fell ill. Before the work started, one person fell ill. How long would the job take now? So what happened here in the second case? Now there is only one person. So you need to find out the time. पहले 2 लोग थे तो 3 दिन लग रहे थे. अगर एक person होगा तो कितना टाइम लगेगा? And then in the second case they are saying how many persons would be needed to fit the window in 1 day. अगर हमें काम 3 days की बजाय 1 day में finish करना हो तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? How many people do we need to hire? We will need more people, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
once you understand what type of proportion this is, then you can start solving it. Let's write down the answer. This is question number 10. We have a number of people or number of persons to do the job and number of days they are taking to finish the work. In the first case, there were 2 people and they were taking 3 days. In the second case, there is only 1 person. We need to find out how many days they are taking and how many people will be required to finish the work in 1 day. So let's represent the number of persons as X, number of days as Y. So this is X1, this is X2, this is X3, this is Y1, Y2, and Y3. Again, this is inverse proportion. You will have the products equal. So if the products are equal, you have 2 multiplied by 3 equals to X2 multiplied by 1, and then this is 1 multiplied by Y2. We have X3 multiplied by 1. And now I'm going to take it in pairs. I'll be working with these two first. So I have 6 equals to Y2. So the answer for the first part is 6 days. And then let's take the other two values. I'm now taking this value with this one. So I have 2 multiplied by 3 equals to X3, or you can say X3 is equal to 6. This is the answer for the second part, where we have number of people. Any questions? Should I wait? Is anyone writing down?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Yes, later on.
और मेरा काम चढ़वा था तो ठीक है
This is the last question. A school has 8 periods a day. each of 45 minutes duration. So there are 8 periods every day, and each period is of 45 minutes duration. How long would each period be if the school has 9 periods a day, assuming the number of school hours to be same? School उतनी देर के लिए लगना है जितना लगता है रोज. Suppose the school works from 8 to 2 and they have 8 periods. Each period is 45 minutes duration. The school is still to work from 8 to 2, but they want to increase the number of classes. So what should they do?
The time will decrease.
Yes, they need to reduce the time for every period. हर पीरियड की ड्यूरेशन अगर वो थोड़ी थोड़ी कम कर देंगे तो उनके पास एक एक्स्ट्रा पीरियड बन जाएगा. So that's what we are going to do to increase the number of periods. The duration needs to be reduced. This is again inverse proportion. Let's make the table. So we have number of periods and duration of each period. And this is in minutes. So in the first case, we have 8 periods, the time is 45 minutes, and we want to increase the number of periods. We want to find out how long one period would be. So this is again inverse proportion. Let's represent this as x. So this will be x1, this will be x2. If I take the time as y, this will be y1, this will be y2. So x1, y1 should be equal to x2, y2. We have 8 multiplied by 45 equals to 9 multiplied by y2. So solve it to find out the value for y2. Yes, that's right. Anyone who has any questions? This completes your chapter number 13. I will send the assignment from this chapter, and there is a test of your class on Friday. So I will just send the timings and the syllabus along with the assignment of this chapter later on. And after this, we are going to start with chapter number 1.